Kittle signed his extension this morning. 4 years, $76.4 million, just so he can make a little bit more than Trey McBride. Thoughts, feelings, impressions? Did you like it? Did you not? I mean, what struck you about this deal? Go take it whichever way you want.
I like it. He deserves it. Out of all of this entire regime, it's time for us to kind of start putting the final touches on what stayed, what made a lasting impression. I mean, if we're not going to get a Super Bowl, we might as well start walking around with our yearbooks and putting KIT and putting in all our superlatives, kind of wrap this whole thing up. So really, George is one of the most deserving. Yeah, George is one of the most deserving guys of the deal. He's always coming in. He's doing the most. He does the most for this team with pretty much an afterthought in production. I mean, really, a lot of his production is after Kyle has basically done everything but finally go to him. Everybody kind of has to keel off and die off before George finally gets his numbers, and when he does, it happens in record time. George exploded, especially when Brock Purdy got here. We can't forget about that. Also, George was a mainstay in this year's offense, and did quite well and played well, even in our worst moments. I think he's deserving of the contract, and he's a 10-year guy. We can't shake him. He's here for a long time. George is going to be here forever. I can see him now running around with his gray hair, long gray hair, silver. He's not going to.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I do think it's a good, I think we all knew it was coming. I don't think many people thought it would not happen. George Kittle's kind of the face of the 49ers franchise at this point. He sells jerseys. He puts butts in seats. It's good for business. He's deserving of it. In my opinion, the best tight end in the NFL, most well-rounded, has been for years now. If he was on the Chiefs, I think that would be undebatable. But because he's on the Niners, his statistics don't always match up with that, but I still feel like it's the truth. I think he's a great team leader. I think he provides energy that this team needs. 4 years is, what is he going to be at that point? 34, 35, 36. Yeah, so we'll see if he plays that whole way. And I don't know how many years we're guaranteed on that thing, but I think he deserves it, man. I think he deserves it. I think we all saw it coming. I also think it's good because now it helps the 49ers figure out the math on Brock Purdy.
I think that when you look at the deal, it's most likely going to be a 2-year deal. They'll have an out after that. It sounds like just early on the way that it's structured, that's the way it's going to be. And that's the way the 49ers usually do things. So you're talking about this year plus 2 more. I have a feeling maybe in that 3rd year, he starts to slow down quite a bit. But at that point, you can maneuver money around however you need to make it work and let him retire as a 49er. I think that when you have a team that's as young as the 49ers are now, and you've had George Kittle there as long as he's been there, he, along with Fred Warner and Trent Williams and some of these other guys, Brock Purdy now, they set the tone for this next regime. They are the ones that say, hey, this is what it's like to be a 49er. You rookies, whoever comes in from off the street, this is the 49er way. And I think keeping George Kittle here is important. I will say, 2 years ago, it felt like his career would be much like Rob Gronkowski's because he had a ton of injuries. He always seems to be limping somehow, but plays through it. But he's really been healthy the last couple of years. So for me, I'm encouraged by it. I don't think I would have said 2 years ago that in 2 years he'll be signing a 4-year deal. I would have thought that was crazy. But here we are, and I agree with it.
PrizePicks is sponsoring the Cohn Zone this year. PrizePicks is the leader in daily fantasy and the best place to win cash while watching sports. And the best part about the app is it's really easy to use. To create a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few players' stats. I'm a Niners guy. So when I'm doing PrizePicks, I'm looking, the last couple of years, I'm looking at Deebo Samuel because I know Deebo Samuel better than Deebo Samuel knows Deebo Samuel. So if it's like drops, I'm taking more. Or if it's like punches thrown towards his long snapper on the sideline during the fourth quarter of a game the 49ers will go on to win, I'm smashing more because I know the 49ers and I'm a PrizePicks guy. Now, maybe they didn't have those exact plays, but they have so many plays that'll make your head spin. And you can play PrizePicks in over 40 states, including California and Texas. Best part about it is the new user offer. PrizePicks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. So win or lose, you'll get $50 just for playing. That sounds like a win to me. Use promo code Cohn, COHN, to claim your $50 today. Tell them Grant sent you. Okay, let me try to do the other side of the argument. Because, like, yeah, he's been on the field the last 2 years, but he hasn't really been healthy. He had a broken rib all of last year. He played through it. He had a torn core muscle the year before, got surgery afterward, played through it. And it's like, dude, Hall of Famer, super tough. But the thing with the Niners extending older players, and I don't want to like get too much into his motivation or whatever, but I think this is just like kind of universal. When you are 29, 30, 31, and you have no guaranteed money left on your contract, you're more likely to play through everything and gut it out and show how tough you are, what a team player you are, and all that stuff. And then when you get the contract extension and you got $40 million guaranteed for the next 2 years, I'm not saying you dog it or you change. All of a sudden, though, there's like zero financial incentive for you to do that stuff anymore. All of a sudden, it's like, well, hold on, I got to protect this investment. I think we saw that with McCaffrey last year. The Niners thought he was good to go week 1. He was like, nope, I'm going to Germany because I'm not sure about it just yet. We got to really make sure I'm ready to play. So I'm not sure. I'm not going to say that Kittle's all of a sudden going to like miss a ton of games, but I get kind of nervous giving big extensions to players in their 30s, guys who have had a lot of injuries. And the Niners haven't had a lot of good success with it. They're trying again. It could work out. You don't want to see him play for another team. I totally get it, but it's not like he's Stephen Curry. It's not like he's Joe Montana. Even Joe Montana had to finish his career with another team. That's my spiel.
I hear that. But I just feel like just due to what they ask him to do on a daily basis, it's almost impossible for him to dog it. I mean, when is George Kittle ever on the field and he gets to just kind of mail it in? I think that's why he got paid, because he does add on. He's part of the reason why we don't invest in the offensive line, because we have somebody like George Kittle. I think that a lot of what he does and why he got paid isn't necessarily because of the uptick of like his athleticism. Because there was a time, if we're being fair, there was a down spot in last season and the year before where it was like George cannot get open. Like George is not getting open at the top of the routes. This may be it for him. I remember that distinctly, where there was questions about whether or not George had finally like kind of taken a step back. So I do understand where you always want to kind of move on before they get old, in a sense. But this is one of those guys where I just think that he's kind of crossed over into the upper tier of, hey man, you're kind of more of an investment than you are just a player now. Like your face matters. You need to be.
Grant,
The last time he signed an extension, he missed 8 games the following season. That is a coincidence.
You know how I know you like this deal, Grant? Because you have a George Kittle jersey behind you on your couch.